Shalom and welcome. I'm Rivka, the Jade Gamer, and this is Rogue Trader, Episode 2. And I have to say, I am quite excited. I need to go to the prison planet. Let's see. Let's do a scan over here real quick. Tithe grade undetermined. Alright. The prison planetoid. Lord Captain, there's some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Kasia to the deck. Let's see. Let's find out.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
It pleases me to see that you are adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tones and practically devoid of color.
The events that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
I see that you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enwrapped. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course, although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Your only tenant is your valet from Urak 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standard?
No, no, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
I hope that you've had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? annoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad. And it is just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Perhaps my people did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them? Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
Alright, let's see. Let's take fresh target. And let's up the perception. Alright. 2 ranks available. Willpower. Let's see. Blood augury. Stable routes. Let's take this. And now let's see. Here I want to Alright, and let's do that. Sworn enemy. Reckless strike. Let's do forceful strike. Let's do Medicae. Ballistic skill. Rapid fire. Controlled shot. Let's do concentrated fire. Right? Yeah. And Idira. I want you to... Let's see. Advice and guidance. Blade of light. Let's do this. And increase perception. There, I'm all properly leveled up now. So yeah, this is very much the Rogue Trader role-playing game, or Dark Heresy, or Deathwatch. And I love it. Alright, do I want to go to the prison planet, or here? I think my Norris... No, let's go here. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Versarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I have already seen fit to disturb you. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant of Villavant, requesting permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering on my bridge is unacceptable. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that times called for drastic measures. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks to crush a worker strike by any means necessary. But I'm convinced this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Sensual Ursarian, and to intervene in what's happening on lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. How did this all start? The situation could boil over at any moment, so I'll give you the condensed version. Let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me summarize. Let me sum up, that's it. It all began when the officers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed during a drunken brawl. We reported up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. And where does Ursarian come into all this? I shall explain. I beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is Essential's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course, when I received information about the cultists hiding out on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Sensual Wurzarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven people to the brink. Now there's a strike on lower decks, in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit to crush the strike with maximum force. And what's in Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of our poor sectors in the lower districts. It is home to the clans of the general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served in its specialized systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one of which is now, more besides, giving succor to the cultists and minions of the arch-enemy. Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. Another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located in one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect for the neighboring sectors. Alright, and what's your opinion on this, Abelard? I see you don't need to add anything. Acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You'll see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way you will stop the uprising before it begins. I'm certain the Seneschal is acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decisions myself. Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. Thank you for your support. An enterprise boarding on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Yeah, I'm going to take my squad. There's no reason not to. Alright. Hey, it's Versarian. Take that, scum. Look who it is. This is all your fault. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I deeply regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Let's keep moving. Lower deck rabble. I have my orders to put an end to this unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Your ladyship! I want to speak to the strikers. Right, sure, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Alright. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your ladyship. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet. Here's the deal, your ladyship. Your damned enforcers are all over down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for an entire week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little dead ones from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. It's all true. Vent is the only officer down here who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidst and has no feeling towards us. Your ladyship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I saw that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? It was as if some evil or forbidden we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstruct their investigation would be punished. But how could be the heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet or whatever it was, they took it off a dead body. There were no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots came back with... Nobody's ever tread on those decking boots so fine, I can tell you. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine. And there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your ladyship, we're people of faith. Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but that was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who is not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down upon himself and his neighbors? So why were we attacked on the way here? Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limit and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here. Like the one there that's the lieutenant won't let past. All clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Alright, and what changes do you want? Would you look at that? The exalted Lord Captain herself is asking us bilge-rats what we want. Well, here's what we want. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers. Quit turning off the heat and to stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. And we want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show up. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down our necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers start harassing us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and I'll talk to them, one lower decker to another, and if there's any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. I know, right? You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns her back, those brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out. Alright. Thoughts, Abelard? The story about the scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and possibly even becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity. That does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we'll consider the rest. Well then, listen, the Lord Captain herself has come down to us and is offering concessions. I don't know a single person in the whole Depot Force who's ever stood next to a rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's not the time to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, Nan. The three clans of Depth 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman, but I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against two clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's just great. Just fantastic, Lord Captain. We're all agreed. This decided. I will expect you to assist in locating the remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Shalom and welcome, little potato man. Thank you for joining us. I just made a deal with the bilge rats. Of course, your ladyship. We'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and leave no stone unturned. I'm a little small, I think. There. I have an urgent matter to discuss with Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to this oil rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. The next time the ship is attacked by a cultist, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's Protectorate? There's some truth to your criticism. I should say so. You simply needed to trust me. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one slipped her foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers, while she dedicated herself to the grand designs even for Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. I am. Maybe if Theodora spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. No, that's a little harsh. No, I will. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. Absolutely. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I came from a long line of officers. I had embarked on this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all her concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then, suddenly, everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. Shalom, Tammy. Welcome, welcome. One of the senior officers betrayed us. The rogue trader was killed. And who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All of this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Ooh, I will take a listen to those. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept and start living in the new world, a world where Theodora is gone, and where you and we have new decisions to make. Yes, Lord Captain. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment should my old habits ever creep back in. And now, please, let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch her legs, there are far more suitable places. Alright, I am going to take note of those real quick. Ah, no. Alright, let's go into Notepad. Alright, Titanicus and Rylanor's last stand. Alright. I will do one planet, or I'll get one mission done, and then I'll take a listen to one of them.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Now, have you heard the parody of Marty Robbins' song Big Iron? It's Bolt Gun. Alright. Let's do this. And how's my logic? 58? Alright, so I should introduce myself since we have new people here. I'm Rykad the Jade Gamer. I am a necromancer. I deal in cat spirits. So I consider myself a necromancer, but I am not a neko. Despite what people say, I am not a neko. See? No cat ears. I am not a neko. I am not a cat girl. You can see over my right shoulder, Malice. Okay, Mouse just went away. But Mouse is my familiar. I have another one that's Mischief. Mischief, where are you, Mischief? Where are you, Mischief? Anyways, Mischief is pink. She is responsible for all of my scuff. Whenever she shows up, she's always causing problems. And then there's Mara, who is up at the top center of the screen. She just likes to look down and stick her tongue out at people. And yeah, so I'm a necromancer. I summon spirits, and I have fun playing games and engaging in media and culture. What are you going to do? It will not die. That seems like a good one. Ballistic skill is locked. Huh. Alright, perception. And let's do... There. Adira. Next ability. Let's go with prescience. No. Biomancy? Let's do this. And increase lore warp. Ah. Alright. And now... let's see. Weapon skill is 40 and strength is 40. So let's do strength, because strength will impact the damage. Yes. I have not. I don't have it. I want to get it because I really do enjoy playing in Warhammer 40k. I like the universe. Let's see. Chain weapons expert. All right. Now, let's go back over here. Can we now do the scan? All right. All right. This. Let's see what's here. Let's see what's here. Alright, game autosaved.
We should deal with this.
Come in, escort. This is Captain Vicari. Escort, please come in. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's Teeth, I thought you'd never come. I have no time for long-winded talks, but brief me on the situation ahead and do be concise. Reporting. There's been a prison riot on the planetoid, led by the prison warden himself. My lord, Evain Winterscale, son of rogue trader Callios Wignerscale, went to parley with him. Why would young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? It's a personal matter. Master Castiglia, the Statutius Warden, is Lord Evain's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk rather than shoot and slash. Young Lord Winterscale's not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on mere suspicion of treason against House Orsalio. So why did the noble Evain rush to save someone who betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? Is there anything else I should be appraised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have held up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I'd expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your ladyship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. Alright, I'll ask about Heinrich later. Your ladyship, if I may have but a moment of time, I wouldn't have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation. In any case, have you been to the capital of Rykad Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. I have not been there, and I don't know anything. I'm sorry. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your ladyship. So here...
Never doubt me.
thin layer of dust on every surface. Can I close that door behind me? No. To the barracks.
Nothing escapes my sight. If I could see the golden light of the Astronomicon as you see it, Cassia, I would probably go still forever, unable to take my eyes off the radiance of the Emperor for an instant. I think you would manage. You have different hues of light within you. Gold, silver, and crimson. One of them would call you back to this world.
Light of terror, guide our way. I'm at your service. Lesson learned.
Alright, prison diary. I will read that later.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Alright.
I guide humanity between the stars.
Alright.
Dare to look me in the eye?
Give me strength.
Alright.
Don't frighten me. Help me, Lord Captain.
Adira, let's go over to here. And then...
Dare you?
Alright, so the prisoners are attacking me. Prisoner, nimble prisoner. There. Let's do this. Um, I don't have a plan really. I'm just going through and making decisions that I would make.
Indeed. Mark you a target.
Hmm. No, there's no need to do a grenade.
Me,
Let's do this.
as duty demands.
All right. Let's go there and
That is not the Emperor's will. I refuse. This is unacceptable.
hmm. Here, and let's shoot
The
you.
enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
I've seen worse
All right.
battles than this in my time.
I'll back now.
What's this?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Cool, cool.
I know what is to come.
And let's shoot you. Hmm. Let's
Faith without deeds
do
is
this. There. Can I?
Like you to.
There we go. Need to just go there.
Cover me.
There we go. Fire mastery.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Yeah.
Strike is a prayer.
There we go. Collect all. Alright. Consumable items. Cool.
A nice little stroll.
Does something trouble you, Lord Captain?
Alright. Let's see now. Alright. Sniper rifle. Do. There. And what is this? Ripper auto pistol. Yeah, let's put you there. Armor. Alright. Operator's gloves. Thrice Pioneer's bracers. Alright. Gas cloud, force grenade, no. Notable other. Melta charges, machine, okay. Here. Now we go here. Alright. Yeah, the chainsword's not going to be bested. Let's get rid of the axe because, yeah. But let's give you the Deadshot revolver. Alright. Psychic Staff. Navigator. Navigator, okay. Unfading Valor, okay. 6 to 10, and this one is 3 to 4. Why? Hmm.
Look no further.
Alright, let's see. Let's inspect this poster.
I didn't.
Alright. The Catechism of St. Drusus. Alright, I'll collect all that. And now... this... I have that improved the improved auto pistol. There we go. Alright. Let's see.
Whispers of the archenemy. How can you trust your visions, Adira?
I don't think that's the question you wanted to ask. What you wanted to ask was, how can others bring themselves to trust a despicable psyker like me? Face it, sister. Not everybody's as pig-headed as you are.
Severed human body parts.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten colored souls.
Okay. Alright. Severed human body parts. We've got cannibals. Tech use. My brother in the dawn is nigh. The optimates will guide us into a new existence. The dawn, huh? Yes, dear brethren. Have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne, normal-looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain. The look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal, we're honest, quiet inmates. We don't want a riot. But, well, sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The Warren's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join the festivities, so we had to, play along. But that's all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medina nor the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Could be. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait till everything blows over and we can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How noble. How novel. The low-born speech is modeled with colors that conceal his true, darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies and is using his wiles on us as well. But I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his word. Tell me more about the warden and his riot. Pfft. Well, I saw your tongue talking about that heretic. But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Castiglia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous wardens ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a week, work, punching the chompers from the guards, work again. But the new one, you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching, the warden forbade them. And instead the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more than in the quarry or swinging the pickaxes hard and whatnot, and then, would you believe it, they put together a list of the best workers. And if someone on that list showed good behavior, that's when they'd get promoted to optimate. That's the upper crust of us jailbirds. Oh, that's how it was at first. Then the warden decided it's the optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of punishments. And that wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really start to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the optimates. In the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiffs kicking in a week. Well, now, we're lucky if it was only 50. And it wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castaglia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry, under the dome, and I think something was in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things like, the optimates are saints who will behold the truth, and he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned, mind you. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognize them. They're more beast than man. They were butchering people right and left, and even guards and overseers, the warden himself, had armed them. And that's the whole sob story, but I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, this won't end well. The old codger's right. Whenever nobles start giving handouts to commoners, something always goes wrong. I mean that with all due respect, your ladyship. No offense intended. Alright, what do I gain from sparing you? How can us lowly jailbirds ever hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling. You see us here, we're, how shall I put it, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykad, minors, debtors, and gutter snipes. They're no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you we're on Footfall Station? You know Footfall, the only shipyard and the best market in the Cronus Expanse? Yes, so, where on Footfall you can find some very serious, business-minded people. And how can you get yourself a very special discount on them on some very special goods? What kind of very serious people? The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There's no leader, of course. But there are some terribly serious captains who decide that cutting each other's throats over loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. And, well, in their joint efforts, leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such stealings on behalf of these very serious people. Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's great to hear, your nobleness, just great. Now there's a true aristocrat, not that warden creep. Now then, your nobleness, where was I? Ah, if you're ever in Footfall Station, there's a district there. The Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of the Holiest Emperor. I know folks who call it something else on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, Footfall, the Shadow Quarters. There's a bar there, built in the remains of an old ship, and on that bar is a back room. A certain Reza does her business. Tell her Grandpa Buckval says hello, and he'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. Well, there you are, your nobleness. Now, we'll be going now, if you don't mind. I'm ultimately a crime lord. A snake and a bird share a room together. Hmm. Diviner's staff. Now, let's go here. Here. Let's give you that. Medkit, medkit. Why are they like that? Alright, you know what I haven't done? I haven't checked out how, peop has 1.16 been released yet?
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. Careful.
To main level. Yeah, I needed to have the new update. Build a bridge. To the barracks. And what's over here? To the open pit. Let's check out
Onward.
the barracks first. Is that...
If such is the Emperor's will.
Okay, that's just a shortcut back. To the warden's office? No. Let's go here. Okay. Well, let's go to the open pit. I don't have that redeem. Find Warden Castiglia. I told you, Evie. They are hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, holy brothers and sisters, and what have they given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless admonitions. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one you had ever had before. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal to you. If you just stop struggling for 1 minute. What? We have guests from Valencia's ship, I would wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint, I beg of you. It is important you feel everything, including your other eye. Such dreadful shades. The colors of this place, they are putrescent to the core, and these people, their colors are oozing with madness and despair, pain and doom. Step away from your hostage at once. Hostage? How rude. Young Winterscale is my guest and dearest friend. He came here himself to visit an old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk, and I am merely showing him some hospitality to commemorate our reunion. How dare you, contemptible peasant! For every drop of noble blood you spill, you will pay 100-fold more. That poor fool. I knew nothing good would come of his naive attempt at negotiating with heretics. However, Vane appears to still be alive, and if we make haste, we may yet save him. Having a side of Winterscale in your debt would certainly prove beneficial. Yeah, I'm not going to ask any questions about the time for words is past. Ultimates, give your power to this harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
You will fall.
Alright. I want you to be here. Let's start the battle.
I'm enraged.
Guards.
Stop it!
being awfully silly. Alright, so I want to come to here. And let's do this. Now let's voice of command. No, bring it down. Hmm. Let's go to there and then...
Me, if you insist.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit Argentia. Oh well.
Deliver us!
So here...
My place is at the fort.
And now let's see. Cleave? Oh well. Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, nothing else. Hey! There are no cute necromancers here. It's me! It's me? How can it be me?
Why did I not foresee this?
I'm cute? You think I'm cute? Hmm. Can't believe you think I'm cute. Alright, Argentia.
Doubt is for the weak.
Well, that was sorrowful.
Isn't this a job
Glimpse of fate. Aw, I can't blush any harder. I wish I could.
Cleanses the body.
Alright. Let us now cleave here. And we're going to endure
Back and forth.
and use Forceful Strike for next round. Well, thank you so much, Hikari. Consign.
But of course,
The next attack is a critical hit. Alright, and now...
Frighten me.
You're so sweet. Wait.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do
Yeah, I think I need to get rid of that person. Mm-hmm.
I am his will made manifest. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
Okay. I can't keep missing.
If I may,
And... what does that guard want to do? Hmm. You are far too kind, Hikari. I don't like having to
At your beck and call, I took care of this one.
waste an action on that person.
I will do my duty. It will be done.
Adira, let's go over to here and consign
Was that you?
the NPC.
Or
Alright, where are people? There's a device right there.
Deliver us. Deliver us.
Injury is not an excuse to shirk one's duty.
Okay.
Step aside. The
We're going to go up to here.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Now,
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
brace for impact and
It will be done.
endure.
Me? To assist your captain?
Dare you?
I will do my duty.
Alright. Forceful strike. And endure. What can I do? We're the Emperor. Alright. Let's put that on them.
future on the battlefield.
And then
On it.
forewarning. We move there. What does that guard want to do?
Unsuffered word.
Oh,
My passion has killed me.
here.
That is foolishness.
Right, what does this? Bring it down.
At your beck and call.
And let's do...
I will do my duty. Indeed.
there.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
And there we go.
Will do.
Here.
My ears are ringing.
Stop it!
Time to prove my mettle.
Now we're going to go to here. Let's give that.
I'm afraid not. If only that were possible.
Where is she? Oh,
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
there we go. Hee.
Victory
Forceful
is
strike.
indeed.
Oh,
I will do my duty.
Alright,
The whispers called to me.
let's load right before here. Glory to the Emperor! Hey, how are we doing, Panzerfaust?
Whatever you wish.
No. No, I don't want to go to the barracks. To the main level.
I've never wondered so much before.
That's to the pit. How are we doing, Panzerfaust? Now I'm going to have you.
Wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging, sobbing, and howling. I will not.
Blah, blah, blah. Continue, continue.
I see your darkened colors.
Yeah!
Let's put you right there. You there. Abelard, you can be there. And we start the battle. Alright. And then I want... Yeah. Let's consign you. And then analyze enemies.
But of course.
Alright. That'll be sufficient.
At your beck and call. No! It will be done.
Alright. Now I want to do that.
That is foolishness.
Let's bring it down. No. Okay, we'll go here and then bring...
I have read tomes of military tactics.
There we go.
Me, if you insist, Captain.
Alright. And let's end this turn.
Pain and beauty go hand in hand.
Alright, we're going to go to here.
Rejoice in battle! Strike is the prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
There. And then... let's go ahead and kill that one.
Was that you? Or anything else?
And for warning, thank you for lurking, Ketzer. Abelard. We're going to endure.
Victory is imminent. I'm not interested.
We're going to brace for impact. Alright, now I'm going to come to there and shoot that.
If only that were possible.
There, and do that.
My gaze.
Alright. What is this? One exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against a target. Okay. There, and let's put Glimpse of Fate, or on Argentia.
I'm enraged!
Guard.
Help me, Lord Captain!
Let's move to there. And can I hit that?
Justice for the weak.
Let's reload.
I act.
So we're going to go to here. And then we're going to use this. Right?
What is this foreboding?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Alright, let's go to here.
Follow my lead.
And see if... Cool. Now...
Do not dare ask.
That guard is down. Alright, let's go here. Concentrated fire.
This battlefield in righteous fury.
And now...
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
There, and...
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Can I fall back now?
Let's... go there. And then use a Psychic Shriek
I
on
knew
that
you
person.
would come. Be gone.
Someone else can do this.
Alright. Move to there.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Here. Alright, so... let's see. Here, do I get line of sight? Let's shoot you.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Now, let's see. I believe I have grenade. Gas cloud, no. Force. Equip. Oh. No line of sight, so let's... just start injuring.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Alright, forewarning.
Will do. Anything else?
Consign.
A tactically sound approach.
There.
Indeed.
Here.
I will do my duty.
Alright.
Emperor, give me strength.
Let's go to here.
I'll do it.
Do this. And death to the heretic. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Vane Winterscale of Coronis. Greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. On the rare day that Lord Winterscale visited Uric 5, the station was awash in a mist of warm hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted still to see such rare colors in my home. Now, however, his colors are darkening, twisting from pain and bitterness. We must help, Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul, for he whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves no less. Lady Cassia, I presume, the sacred child of House Orsilio. How disgraceful it is that on the day we meet I find myself not at my best. There's no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful circumstances. Conserve your strength. You're wounded and need help. Wounded? I would have phrased it altogether differently. tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you ever had your eye burned out? This is my first time. Can't say I recommend the procedure. What have they done to you? And the warden, my friend. I tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. Well, I must take my leave. I will see to it that assistance is provided and that you are escorted from here. Here. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you interested? By the Imperium Saints, it cannot be. I see it too. Whatever the thing in her study was, it was made from the same material as this junk. What? It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First, these minions of the archenemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now... This cannot be tolerated. This will not be tolerated. Come now, beloved. Remember what she was like. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone head first into a black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else out in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk, and why she went to get it during the attack. How bitter is it to know that you were born from bad blood, but do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person, you see bad blood. An annoying hindrance. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking of abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything when you can just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodore so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullying her memory. You weren't surprised or upset. You just gave up on her and moved on. So, Sargenta, you will cease these insinuations about Theodora at once. I will not allow the name of the von Valencius family to be defamed by such words. The Rogue Trader's predecessor speaks. The deeds of the Rogue Trader's predecessor speaks more loudly than any word I could utter.
The light of terror shines from us.
My whispers crave entertainment.
Alright. We are going to, yep. More stuff. Okay. to the main level. Your ladyship? The rebellionists have been crushed. I have news of your lord. Is Lord Winterscale alive? Is he all right? He is alive, but badly wounded. Help my people get him into my ship. It will be done. Thank you for letting me know, your ladyship. I am looking for a man by the name of Heinrich von Kellox. He is here, perhaps? Unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, it seems unlikely. All right. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself, pilot.
The future is never certain.
Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks, complaining about anomalous behavior in the ship's coggators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel's systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in conjugator or calculations or some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so a resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspect the servitors and conclude they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused by either the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestation of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's tasks considerably more difficult, and High Factorum Janus Danarak would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is waiting for your audience on the bridge. Alright. Back to the bridge. Archibald for the crew. Congratulations. Juve Ravor. Where is... No, it's the journal. All right. Janice Danrock.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
All right. Where is Janice? Hmm. Vault. Okay, I don't need notables. There, there. All right. Are these the people who funded the game? Is that what this is? Alright, there's 221 pages. I'm going to make sure to confirm that that is what this is, and then I'm going to want to go through and thank them, putting their names on the screens. Bridge officer, bridge officer. There he is. Greetings, your ladyship. Janice Danrock at your service. Victus informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your ladyship, these ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of the servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this will be arranged. The majority of defective units have been delivered to one storage compartment pending your decision. Alright, I'll take a look at them. As you wish, your ladyship. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long, spiraling line and facing the center of the strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion. All as one, as if obeying a command, the servitors turned to face Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors were just still abruptly, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her ladyship Brazilla von Valancius. Took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place, and, after a moment's thought, waved her hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes, controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any step from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As high factotum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitor's pupil, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomant behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitor bodies after a long slumbering deep within their lobotomized brains. Feeling bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomant added that the servitors used to function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. Her gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people. The Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. All present held her breath. Just a simple one, and let's investigate its components. A group of technomants hurried attacked on the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomants do their work, and we could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities, pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomants concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were shaking too, as if these mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Let's get a status report from the Technomance. The Technomance's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they are still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. Her Ladyship Priscilla von Valancius turned with her decision. Lord Captain gave the order to send the servitors back into toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. Alright, let's go ahead and scan this planet. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Kneel before the rogue trader. Lives belong to me. The image of a closed eye. Never. Is Adira here? Adira. Things are strained between you and Argenta, is that right?
Little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. Silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed
Okay.
Glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I tried to rein them in, somehow. But for now,
What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels their connection with the wolf in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
And how do you live with this whispering in your head?
Training, habit, and a little amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
Let's talk about something else. Actually, I'll take my leave.
Of course.
Greetings.
Alright, there's nothing to pick up there. Did we get our scan done? Alright, there's the starport. So, I believe it's time to find someone to raid and head out. So, who do I have that is raidable? Alright, is anybody... You know what? Let's raid the Shiba. Alright, I'm gonna hit the outro, and then I'm going to raid soon.